mercy. Some of them don't know that man from Zion. Not a mercy. I know it's a seed that man. Not a mercy. And the prime time.
The Godfather. The weekend sounds great.
Godfather is the man.
For your listening pleasure.
All right, Natural Affair, all the way from UK. Make some nice 15 minutes. First 15 minutes. Start it. Where is that, Squiggly?
Big up yourself, Cyprus. Legend in a Boston, me know that. Big up to everybody who there. Seen? Like how me I say now. Unfamiliar with Natural Affairs, cause a long time Natural Affairs I play a Boston. So me want to take time and big up everybody who there in the case of Oasis tonight. Seen? Big up Mikey Million, they don't know the whole family. Seen? Rhythm Rider family. All the sound man, them cause them say, you know, the world is watching. And me well want the world watch. Cause remember me tell you, tonight, hear me, I tear off blood party face. No joking thing. You understand? So here we go on now, Junior P, start it.
Greetings and welcome, Squiggly Bashment to ScarletRadio.org.uk. Nice to hear your voice. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Godfather? Big up to everybody in tune right now. The one of Wolverhampton, the one of Skyline. Big up everybody. Yeah, man. Bless up.
Yeah, this year has been a great excitement for you. You had your highs and your lows, and the last time we spoke, it was on a low because of the fact what happened with Soul Supreme and the talk that was going around the world about Squiggly Bashment. How do you feel about things at the time and how you feel now? Since that interview, how did you feel still after that interview and everything else?
Well, a lot has changed from them time to still, Godfather. A lot has gone on from them time, you know what I mean? So I feel a lot better. Yeah, I do. Obviously, I feel a lot better than I did last time when I spoke to you, because them time there, everybody threw me under the bus them time there, you know. So, you get me. Yeah, all right, no.
Well, yeah, as you know, I didn't throw you under the bus none at all, because I said to myself, when I throw down me one man them under the bus, many would and laugh about it, as some people do. But sometimes in life we fall and we brush off and we come again, and things change and things get better. And it can only get better.
The Godfather.
Well, I think things can get better, but only if you want them to get better. You see, it's a thing where you have to believe in yourself.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You have to believe in yourself. And you see, as you know, them time there, things wasn't going on as well as I wanted them to go. And the way other people them deal with me, social media and these things. You see, if I was a man who never believe in myself or never have certain energy, then it would have give up with music them time they broke. Them stress then the people them attack and thing. But you see, true, I'm a strong-hearted, strong-minded somebody, Godfather. Them things they don't really get me down. But I will be honest. There was a point when me really did feel like, disappointed with myself. And as you know already, the social media thing. You see, when people start bashing up on social media, although sometimes it look like everybody and millions of people, but sometimes it's just a handful of people who say certain things, and you know what I mean? But it just seems like it's a whole heap of people. It seems like the whole world is up on your shoulder and things. So you just have to understand and kind of just get through it and just, you know what I mean?
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Godfather.
Yeah, man.
It's an industry where you have it or you don't have it to build back and get back into that formality. You know, because people will bash, people will say things, all sorts of stuff when it comes to sound system and anything in life. It's just how strong you are, as you said a while ago. At some point, you do feel a little bit downhearted. And the greats of the greats are also in that position as well. You know, so you've got to look at things differently and take out the notes and the crosses from various places and also dilute yourself from friendship as well.
Yes, definitely. You see what it is, Godfather. You see, it's a lesson to be learned as well, because I think, well, to be honest, Godfather, we need to reflect on exactly what did happen. I think the people some people who are listening to the interview, maybe they don't know exactly what we're talking about. So I think maybe we need to go back so we can kind of remind them exactly, like, because the video that came out in the week, I think Selector Hype put out a video, and he was saying something which I didn't even know nothing about the video. I was scrolling on YouTube and booked up on the video and missing my name and missing them do all a video about me. And I said, wait, I want this. But the things what Hype was saying, he was basically saying things where if you're not because you see, you have to understand Godfather, yeah? I want the people to understand me. You see, Squiggly Bashment as a DJ and Squiggly Bashment as a sound man is two different worlds completely, you know. Like, some people see me and say, Squiggly, I'm not hear you play again. And I'm saying, yeah, I don't really play in the clubs as much as one time, but in the sound culture world, I'm active, like I'm out there, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of people who don't know the sound system world, the sound culture world, if you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they need to understand that the sound clash world now is a different kind of world, and that's where I'm more active at the moment, more than my regular dance song, you know. You know, when you would hear Squiggly Bashment on the radio, probably hear me play a certain club, certain big dance, you know what I mean? But last few years, to be really honest, I've kind of slowed down from the regular dances, the round robins and these things, and you know, certain dance. You know, remember when I used to keep my own events like the WhatsApp Fridays and the Rollout Thursdays and all these things. I used to do the Sunday night thing.
A lot of the things have changed and a lot of things have slowed down. You know, and the situation of not many venues are opening to that type of industry at the moment, you know. But
exactly.
Going back to what you mentioned about social media, you found something on social media. Was you aware, or did you get any inkling about what Hype had said on his platform?
I didn't know anything about it. In fact, somebody sent it to me, and it wasn't even Hype who sent it to me. It was some woman who sent it to me and said, "What's this?" And I looked at her, I never know nothing about it, so I looked into it and I was like, okay, and then we go up on social media, Mrs. People I share it, and then even my daughter, it's so funny, even my daughter said, yo, Dad, like she called me and said, Dad, how come I do a video about you and this and that, because like how I said, my daughter knows that I'm a DJ, but she's not familiar with the sound system world, with the sound clash world, so she didn't know what was going on, like she was, you know, she was confused.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know if it was, she wasn't sure if it was a good thing or if it was a bad thing. So I kind of had to make her know what was going on and things. So this is why I'm saying a lot of people maybe still don't know exactly what is going on, like kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, let's cut it down in the short terms in terms of what people expect and didn't expect. The situation regarding Love Injection and Soul Supreme, you was put in a position to represent Love Injection and England against a man that had a lot of skills in his field, and unfortunately, it didn't go the way that it was planned to. And of course, Soul Supreme Jake had the better of you that day, and I suppose it was a knockback for you, and also for the general public who attended the dance and saw it on the YouTube or whatever platform they had it, and also the people that made a lot of criticism and talk about it on other social platforms had their share as well, you know. But at the end of the day, you've turned a new leaf. You looked at the situation, weighed up the pros and the cons, and you're back to where you were before Love Injection.
That's right.
And therefore, you've had a conversation with the man behind Natural Affair. You've put aside your differences. We all make mistakes. We all get to realize that what should have been shouldn't have been, and put things right on the professional side of things. And then you were off to Boston to represent England and Natural Affair. And that's the main cause of the argument here right now, because many sound system has fallen apart. And I haven't seen none of them put their grievances one side and get on with the business.
Exactly.
Because it is a business. All right?
Of course.
So I'm not going to bash anybody for making any comment on any radio station or any platform they want to. The fact is that they didn't contact you to make that speech in the first place.
No.
So, therefore, I don't know what they were looking for. And that's why we are in the position where we are right now. Me and your communication is good.
Definitely.
You know, so let's touch base on the Boston situation. It was nice to hear when I got the information that you played, because I wasn't aware what was happening, but yeah, I spoke to Junior P, and that's another interview. That's a good one. But we can play yours differently from his, because this is about Squiggly Bashment.
Yeah.
Now, Squiggly Bashment, you know, amongst the DJs of Wolverhampton, Birmingham, you know, if we was to talk about who are the main highlighters of MCs in the Midlands, who could you recommend beside yourself?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm the best, but I'm definitely up there with the best. You know what I mean? And this is the next thing again, like, you see, I want the people to understand this as well, you know, Godfather. See, you see, anytime you see Squiggly Bashment on a world stage, whether I'm representing a sound from Birmingham, whether I'm representing a sound from Telford, or whether I'm representing a sound from anywhere in the world, anytime you hear about Squiggly Bashment or me doing anything, just know, say, it's Wolverhampton Squiggly Bashment come from. It doesn't matter where I'm representing at the what sound, just know, say, Squiggly Bashment is hailing from Wolverhampton, from Skyline, from the whole industry of Wolverhampton. Have to big up even yourself. I mean, the one of the DJs then from them time there. And that's where I got my original schooling from. So I don't want the people to feel like it's a thing where Squiggly run and gone from Wolverhampton and he's doing his thing and he's doing, you know what I mean? I'm always going to be representing Wolverhampton, always and forever. So it's a thing where I had to kind of weigh up my options and things. Now the thing with Boston now, if you notice, I didn't really go out there public and tell people, say, yeah, I've left Love Injection. So a lot of people probably would feel like I got sacked from Love Injection, because the way all the people them did talk about the Clash and Soul Supreme and me never really performed so well, people would maybe feel like I got sacked. But me feel like me say to myself, say, yo, me not gonna put out no video and try and explain myself and tell people what go on. When the time is right, I can tell them what go on. Me never even tell people, say, I've gone back to Natural Affair. Me never announce or make no post or nothing and tell people, say, yo, Squiggly's back on Natural Affairs now. I just said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to do what I need to do. I'm just going to do what I need to do, what I feel comfortable doing, and that is it. You know what I mean, Godfather?
Yeah.
So so after the Soul Supreme dance, a few weeks later, I think it was about a month or so after the Soul Supreme dance, I contacted the Love Injection team and the management, and I said to them, listen, I don't think I can go no further with Love Injection. I don't think it's going to work out, so I'm going to just do my thing. I didn't directly tell them that I'm going to go back to Natural Affairs, even though that was the plan.
Well, it's not. Well, put it this way: it's none of their business where you go after that. Once you put your once you put your resignation into anything, you don't need to explain yourself to anybody, really. You know?
No, not really. No, exactly. So that's why I didn't really have to, post it, because nowadays everything's social media, and you expect to. This is the thing again. Now you see, everything is social media. So people feel like if they don't see certain things on social media, they feel like nothing now go on. So the fact that I never announced it, a lot of people still would have believed they still dip on Love Injection. But anyway, long story short now. So we left Love Injection. There was when I left Love Injection now, and I want to put this out there, yeah? There's nothing to hide. When I left Love Injection, I couldn't just leave Love Injection like that. What I had to do when I told the management I wanted to leave, they said that I had to sign a form, an agreement to say that I'm leaving and I'm not going to be using the name, not using the tune, not going to do anything like that. And I thought that was a bit strange, to be honest.
Well, before you go any further, did you sign?
No.
Hold on.
No.
Let me ask the question so the audience can see where we're going.
Yeah.
Did you sign anything at the time to join Love Injection in the first place?
No, I didn't sign anything to join Love Injection. Let me explain something. I didn't sign anything when I joined Love Injection. But when I leave now, because this is why I'm telling you this, is because a lot of people will feel like I sacked. I didn't get sacked. Obviously, I told him directly. Winston's a cool guy. He's not like he's not going to understand. He's an understanding person. So I tell him, and him understand him. Say, yeah, no problem. If that you want to do, him sorry to hear to me, I leave. You get me? He didn't really want me to leave, but if that's how I feel, you get me in car, hold me back. So he let me go. But him tell me, say, I need to sign this form. And he explained to me why I have to sign the form. And to be really honest, I understand why I had to sign the form
The
to leave.
Godfather.
Obviously, love injection has been up and down in court, in and out of court with
Different things.
you know, for various reasons, as we
That's
know.
right,
And I don't
that's
want to
right.
get into that.
Right.
So obviously, because of those issues that was going on with love injection, with the court and everything, he said that he would like me to sign that. So because I understand what he went through and what was going on, me just sign it and me go about my business. And
Right. So at least there's no liability in terms of
Exactly.
anybody saying you cannot sort of use love
Yes.
injection in any
And that was the reason. And I understand. And it's nothing bad. I didn't mind signing it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm not going to be doing anything like that. Like
Right.
I'm going to be using the songs, them more,
Squiggly.
you know, use the
Squiggly.
logo. And
Squiggly.
like that.
Let me say one thing to you. Because them
All
man,
right.
them man, they will be listening, seeing where. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
So what I'm going to say to you right now, it would have been nice to say on your social media, after a long consideration and so forth, I have decided to resign my position of post from Love Injection, and all the best for the sound system, and I'm moving forward. And that would have been, so people would have known that you've resigned your position, rather than saying to you that you got sacked. They ain't going to talk about no sack. They can say what they want to say. What you're saying on social media is that I have resigned my position from the position of the MC from Love Injection, and I'm now moving forward. And whatever you want to do in your time is your time. So that's the position that's happened. All right? So we won't go back into Love Injection again now, because them man, they can be kind of little touchy kind of thing. You talk about Love Injection, them yeah, boy, yeah, this, yeah, that. So we don't just...
Yeah, but yo, as long as me not tell no lie, I don't really.
It doesn't... I understand, but sometimes...
I'm not gonna put nobody down at the same time. I'm not putting nobody down.
I hear you still, but sometimes the shorter you say, the better it is. You understand?
True.
I've been taught that as well. The less you say, the better. Just get to the main point and move on. And you realize in a few years' time, yeah, man, it's just short and sweet.
Yeah, man.
So
Cool,
some people have to carry on. You know, you chat to people and someone that ride the argument, and you don't realize that them man that said something else.
That's true, still.
You know what I mean? So what?
True, that.
So yeah. So after that situation with Love Injection, and you said all said your goodbyes, etc. And obviously you're on your own now, and you know, how long did it take before the situation you and Natural Affair got together and talked about your differences? How long did it take after that?
Well, to be honest, me and Natural Affairs never had no differences whatsoever, to be honest. Me and Junior P was always in contact right through the whole injection thing. Like, there wasn't no argument or nothing like that. So it wasn't hard. It was just the timing, basically. It was the timing. So when I decided to leave Love Injection now, I already decided that I wanted to join back Natural Affairs, and Junior P had no problems with that anyway, because Natural Affairs was still doing their thing, but he wasn't in the Clash arena as such at that time, and he wanted to get back into it. So it's just the right time, really. You know what I mean?
Okay. So obviously the conversation, because people would think still, well, why did they leave in the first place, though? I'm asking that question.
All right, are you asking me? All right, so the reason why I leave Love
Natural Affair in the first place,
yeah.
right?
The reason why, because as you know, I was playing Natural Affairs for many years before I left. The reason why I left Natural Affairs is just basically I was going through a few things at that time in my life, and I just had to basically take away myself from everything. Like, you know, I changed jobs, I changed address. You know, I moved. You know, I was living in Wolverhampton, then I moved to Birmingham at that time. So I just wanted a whole change. I was just refreshing my whole life, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
And that also, that also involved the sound as well, then.
Yes, and even my DJ, I wasn't even DJing or radio or doing anything at that point. I went through a year or two where I just tried to set back my life. You know, when you go through some things in life, Godfather.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just trying to go. I was just going through some things in my life at that point.
And I suppose the option of being approached by Love Injection to be the MC or part of their team was a form of promotion for yourself and excitement also too.
Well, like how I'm saying, I was looking at fresh start, something new, something different. You know, something. You know, so when I moved to Birmingham now, and obviously I got a lot of friends and family in Birmingham. So when people realised that I left Natural Affairs now, it's like a lot. It wasn't just Injection who approached me. There was a lot of sounds approached me and wanted me to work with them. And I never really had no interest, to be honest. You know, Godfather, there was no plans for me to join Love Injection. But at that time when I did leave Natural Affairs, obviously Love Injection was going through some things that needed some selectors, that needed some DJs. Recently, around about that time, Tyrone Menedy joined back Love Injection, and Tyrone approached me and said, "Yo, listen, they're trying to build back Love Injection, and we want some new selectors and some new, team." So at first I thought, "Nah, man, that's not going to be a good look." And then he approached me again, and then I spoke to Winston, and Winston said, "Well, yeah, he needs some soldiers and he needs some selectors," and you know what I mean. So I said, "Well, why not?" Because to be honest, I'm a long-time Love Injection fan. Like, I grew up listening to Love Injection, so the opportunity to play a sound like Love Injection, I thought, why not? And I'm a go-getter. I'm a person who I like. You know, I'm not scared of change. You know, I'm not scared of doing different things.
Okay,
and,
so
I'm not afraid of a challenge. You know what I mean?
I just said earlier that Love Injection was your young boy's dream at the time.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And to be able to get the chance to connect in real form, in real life, and real time, you get the fact that it would be good to sort of, let me go and do that. I can understand. We can understand from that point of view. But, okay, so things have moved on since that time, and since it's a Soul Supreme situation and the things that had happened, as we mentioned earlier. Obviously, you and Junior P now have talked about things and put things to paper, etc. And then it's all about this dance, because I know for a fact that this dance was taken on before you even left. Junior P took on that dance knowing that he's going to need some homework to talk to you to be part of that dance in Boston. All right, so it was just a matter of putting the two dots together and getting it going, which it did. You know what I mean? So the two of you spoke and you agreed to say, all right, let's go for it. Yeah. So he wanted you back, knowing that, end of the day, probably whether he knew about the situation with you and Love Injection or whatever, based on what he's heard on social media, and he thought, well, something, I could get Squiggly back, I could go to this dance. Your situation is like, well, I don't know if Mama will have me back or not. I don't know, but it happened.
It happened.
And what people need to know, as sound members who fall out with each other, sometimes grudges, it don't work. If you want to move forward, you have to let it go. And what you and Junior P has done has put that situation on the ground.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's going to make a lot of sound systems look at themselves and say, boy, if Squiggly and Junior P can do that and go on out there and do them thing,
anybody else can do it.
Right. So what's the problem?
Exactly.
That's the problem, and that's how I look at things. So you've gone to Boston now, and from what Junior P had told me in his interview, that you've had a tremendous reception in terms of reaching Boston. You were well looked after, hotel accommodation good, and all these things. How did you feel being back with Natural Affair and on the road again, abroad?
It to be honest, it just felt like I was back at home, because like how I'm saying, I was playing Natural Affairs for many years before I left, so when we reunited and I was playing back the sound and everything, and even before I think the Blunt Posse clash was probably the first, not even the first, it wasn't even the first clash that we clashed since I've reunited, but that was the first time we even played together from from a gun back to the soul. You get what I mean? So it just felt like I was back at home. I'm gonna tell the honest truth, because me and Junior P have that connection. Like me and Junior P have that chemistry, automatic. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what I was missing, because when I was with Love Injection, as much as I tried to get that connection with the rest of the selectors, I couldn't find that connection. You know, but me and Junior P automatically have that.
Okay.
The connection there, you know what I mean?
So being with Love Injection, you couldn't find your real pace in that.
Yeah,
sound.
I couldn't really find. I was trying.
Yes.
Like me and Imperial Face have a good connection more time, and me and him can work. But like a lot of the other ones, and it's not nobody's fault. It's just that we never really got chance to really play together and work, and you know what I mean. It wasn't regular, so it was always a bit rusty.
And I suppose having a lot of big guns in Love Injection, everybody wants to shine in their own little way. You know what I mean?
I suppose. Yeah.
And I think, I just thought, well, imagine if Jake didn't perform the way he did, and you shine more than him. What things would have been like then?
Well, maybe things would have been different. You don't know.
Maybe,
you
but
know?
you would have been under more pressure anyway, because you're
exactly.
you're the man right now. Squiggly, I go on, so wow, big talk, everything. But sometimes it's always good to start from the bottom and work your way to the top. At least you've got experience.
Definitely.
That's the main thing. You got experience, and you brought it with you towards the sound that you left for a while. And you've gone out there now, and you've been on the attack. Now, during that dance itself, I listened to the whole of it. And I didn't hear you once call nobody's name in Love Injection, which was good. Mm-hmm. Even the other person on the other side didn't talk about where you were coming from.
No.
So, as far as I'm concerned, that argument is dead and buried. We've moved on, and everybody else has moved on. Because in sound competition, you always hear some of the sound bring up some argument from way back long time, and it ain't benefiting nobody. And you ain't scoring no points by bringing up certain things that doesn't really concern them. It's not about personal. It's about music and entertainment.
That's right.
You know.
You see. I think in the Blunt Puffy clash, he did say something about it, but he never really said much, because I don't think because this is what I'm saying. This is the next reason, Godfather, why I didn't announce it officially on social media like that. 'Cause I didn't want too much people to know, and then because I knew that the Blunt Puffy clash was coming around, I didn't want them to have no information so they could do things like that. So, all sound clash go already, Godfather. Then my voice are custom dubbed it. I can't have, screw the left there, sir, and run down there, sir, and flap round there, sir. And you know what I mean? So, the least information you give them, the better.
Yes,
and I think with the Blunt Pussy song, sorry to cut you, but the Blunt Pussy clash, even CJ himself, when I got there and I greeted him, he said to me, he didn't know that I was going to be in Boston. He didn't know that I was coming. He was expecting somebody else, because if you notice, even on the flyer for the Natural Affairs and Blood,
your picture was on there.
My picture was not on there,
which is a good move.
So,
this is what you call strategy. It's a good move.
Strategy, yes.
It's a good move. It's not everything that you do in the eyes of the public you put on social media.
Exactly.
Not everything, because people look upon it in a different way. Some will stretch it out and make an argument out of it.
All right.
Some will diss it and all these things. People make a phone call and send pictures and flyers and copy and paste and to fly around the place. And put them one word street and not gossip.
You know it go with Godfather. This is what I'm saying. So you have to know what you're doing.
Yes.
In this business, because these things can have an effect on everything. You know what I mean? And like I said, people will see things and add on certain things to it, and take off certain things and splice certain things and AI certain things.
So it's the same scenario as much as Hype put up his thing on social media. He had no permission to do that because they didn't talk to either you or Junior P.
No, well, he did call me afterwards after he did put it out, and he did kind of like apologize. But to be honest, it was no problem, because like I was said, he never said anything wrong. he was just basically highlighting what was going on around Squiggly Bashment at the time and why people was talking about me so much at this time. You get me? That's all it was.
Well, to comment on what he said, of course, as terms of how many MCs this year has done anything in a sound system, there isn't anybody but yourself, really.
Well, there's MCs and the sounds doing things out there. Like, Willpower's doing their thing, Empire's doing their thing,
Yes,
but you see,
but here it is as an individual. As an individual, Squiggly Bashment, from the top sound, Love Injection, and gone back to Natural Affair and gone to Boston to play Blunt Posse. Who else could have done that?
Let's not forget, Godfather. Let's not forget that Blunt Posse is, as much as Soul Supreme is a big top leading sound, Blunt Posse is also a top leading sound in America.
I am aware. I am aware of that.
Yes, this is the thing. So it's not like I'm going against some lightweight boxers or lightweight sounds. You know what I mean? These sounds are some established international sounds, world leading sound. You know what I mean?
But this is what I'm trying to say to you. You from Wolverhampton, yeah? How many other sounds in England as an MC has had it like how you've had it this year?
I don't think there's anybody who's doing. The song name, they're not like us, not like me. They're not like me, Godfather, man. There's only one Squiggly Bashment, You get me? And
let me put this to you. I don't think you're connected. Let me say this to you again. You played in Birmingham. It was a big clash, and everybody around the world was talking about it. Squiggly Bashment. I don't to your shoes them I talk about.
Everything them talk about.
Right? And then little later on, you've gone back onto the sound you come from, and you've gone to Boston and played the biggest sound. One of the biggest sound with the most doublet. Blunt Posse.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Godfather, let me say this to you, yeah? So the people can't hear this. You see, at that point when we did lose the clash with Soul Supreme, I was frustrated and upset with myself, bro, because I think, and this is what it was as well, I know that I can do 100 times better than that last performance. And they've always said, he's only as good as your last performance, right?
Go ahead.
Let them say it, Godfather. Yeah, that is the saying. He's only as good as your last performance. And me couldn't live with that, Godfather. And true me is a man who have ambition, and true me is a man who believe in himself now. Me say to myself, no, me can't have people I feel like this. I think it's important that I need to tell them that, listen, I needed to go back and prove myself, because the people it came to a fact, it came to a situation where the people then was disappointed with me and vexed with me, because you have to understand, the people didn't believe in me enough, and obviously me have enough fans. So I just felt like I did need to go back to Natural Affairs, even though I wasn't even 100% sure about this clash, because at one point, and Junior P, them laugh after me, from the other day, because then I said, at one point I was saying, no, we can't take on this clash. We need to postpone the clash and move it up into the new year. And they're saying to me, no, because I'm thinking that I'm not ready, because I've just joined back Natural Affairs now, and we haven't clashed or even played too much times since I've joined back. So we need a little time to get back into gear. But Junior P saying, no, we're ready. And this is what I wanted to try and explain to the people. But if you're saying that we don't need to do that, I don't know.
Yeah, no. The action is in the works that you've done. Sometimes says actions speak louder than words, So too much explanation in terms of sorry, I apologize. It doesn't really matter to the general public. You're there somewhere else now. So the dance itself was well highlighted, and what I wanted to ask, and I forgot to ask Junior P this question, what was the crowd like? How was it? Was there a lot of people there at the dance, or what?
There wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. There wasn't a lot of people, but there was enough people. It was a full dance, but it wasn't ram. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't ram.
Right, and also as well, in terms of all the sounds in America, why did they draw for you Natural Affair?
Well, I'm not sure why they draw for Natural Affair. I think what it is Junior P and Natural Affairs have got a bit of a history in Boston because we've got a lot of friends in Boston. Junior P's got a lot of friends in Boston. He's played there before with some of the sounds over there. And, yeah, it was just a thing where, you know, they said it could work. They had a venue. Yeah, and it just happened. And like how I'm saying now, I was saying to Junior P that we should try and postpone this dance because, you know, it's come around too soon from when I've left Love Injection to join Natural Affairs now. And then it's just because like how the people are saying, it's like within 1 year. And I'm saying to myself, well, boy, I'm not. It's not like I'm scared to go up there because, you know, I'm never frightened. But I just did feel like I need a little bit more time, until like the new year or something. But they were saying that they can't postpone the date and they can't do nothing. And Junior P saying, "No, man, we're good and we can go then." And I was like, "Okay, well, let's do it."
The main thing is that as long as you're confident within yourself to do what you need to do, you're not responsible to anybody as a contract outside not to do certain things in sound system or to go where you want to go to represent whichever sound system. And this is what we need to understand amongst other people, that people think that they're responsible to other people when those other people ain't making no contributions to what you're doing.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about you, not about Tom, Dick, and Harry, you know, because you don't know what Tom, Dick, and Harry are thinking behind the scenes.
Exactly.
So you gone forward with Junior P, and the dance itself had a lifespan in it where it was going on good, even though, you know, both MCs are throwing their skills in terms of the verbal words and their conversations and etc. in terms of a sound system element. What I heard from you, kind of sort of course, the more clashes you get into, the more experience you have, and probably, yeah, of course, you're there to win, but you're there to represent not just Natural Affair, but the community and England as well. Mm-hmm. And because you've come from a background that everybody knows that sound, Love Injection, people will be looking at you in more skills and in more faith in terms of how you're going to develop and what experience have you gathered from the last sound you was in. And I just think that's, it's a good look. Don't look at it negatively. Don't look at it that you got to explain yourself to nobody. You don't need to explain it just to your soundman them. As long as your soundman them have your back and you have for them back, then you can't go wrong. You know? So when you was down and out, you had to sort of look at things, shut the door. It was quiet and reflect on the things that could have been and what shouldn't have been and who said this and who said that. You have to separate those minds from yourself for you to move forward. And it's not being selfish, it's being professional with yourself.
Well, this is, sorry. This is what I did have to do, Godfather. This is everything what you just explained. This is exactly what I had to sit down and do because, you know, like I said earlier, you see, when people are bashing you on social media, it can really get underneath your skin sometimes. So you got to have a strong mindset to try and get back up and face back the world and just fight it. You get me? So all these, like there was a lot of people who was, because you have some hypocrites out there, you know, Godfather, who will say one thing to your face and then behind your back, now they must slaughter you. So you have to can see the snakes them. You understand? So it was hard at the time, but I focused and I said, you know what, Junior P, Natural Affairs, we just do what we need to do. You know what I mean? And it worked out. And I just feel good within myself to know that I had the chance, I had the opportunity to go back out there and prove myself to the world. Okay. You know what I mean, Godfather? Okay.
So after the dance and it completed, etc., I know a lot of people will be listening to that when they have time, either on YouTube or SoundCloud. And I think it's on SoundCloud at the moment. But, it's a good dance. And, of course, the result is the result. Let the audience be the judge of that. But how did you feel after the dance finished? And what was the conversation like amongst you and Blunt Posse?
I felt like, you know, we never directly won the dance, but I felt good. Because I know that we played really good. I know that the people them accepted us. We know said the people them did love the energy. You know what I mean? The conversation between we and Blunt Posse, it was like, obviously at the time he has to act a certain way and go on like say, you know, it was a walkover and he win easy, which he knew that he never win easy. But he kind of confessed certain ways that, yo, it was a rough battle. It was a very, very rough. And as you know, again, Blunt Posse is not a little sound. Blunt Posse have some of the, the sound that have one heap of song, one heap of ammunition. And, you know what I mean? For a sound like Natural Affairs, which we are a big sound, to go against somebody like Blunt Posse, trust me, it's not easy at all. And I think you realise that Natural Affairs is a bad sound after that. To be honest, I don't think Blunt Posse knew, because that's a different selector from the original Blunt Posse, you see. So I don't think that guy who played Blunt Posse the night, which is CJ, I don't think he has that much knowledge of Natural Affairs, so he didn't know who he was actually ramping with. He thought we was like a little mediocre sound. Same. Yeah, so him know what time it is now.
Okay. Well, all right, we're gonna cut it short here right now because of course, give people a chance to listen to the interview. It would be on the Godfather's Facebook page, amongst many others. And I just hope that everything works out fine for you and the team. Natural Affair for 2025 and forward on from there as well. And I just want to say keep up the good work. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there are happy to know that you're now stable back to where you were in the first place and things have been patched up. And let it be a warning to all other sound systems who've got disagreement with members or whatever. If you can't patch it up, then, I'm sorry to hear that, boy, but some sounds are right now twinkling right now, hoping to find someone else to take over. But time's running out for many of the sound systems because times are changing, you know. So all those sound men who've got their sounds parked up somewhere else and not doing nothing with it, boy, I don't know. I'd rather you than me. But Squiggly,
all right.
Anything you want to say to the people before you go?
Yeah, man, big up to all the fans, them, big up to all the people them who did believe in me, because I do get a lot of phone calls from my DJ colleagues, them in Wolverhampton and Birmingham, and a lot of DJs do believe in me and give me my flowers. But you got some people who, they're not brave enough to give me the credit when we deserve, you know what I mean? But it's all right, because we not look no credit from nobody, me good. Yeah. But big up to everybody, and like I said earlier, anytime I see Squiggly Bashment on the stage, Wolverhampton people can feel proud, because Wolverhampton me represent straight.
Well, all right.
You see it?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Respect for that. Squiggly, thank you for your time. Enough respect.
Yeah, man.
Big up the team, and big up all your fans and everybody else, and we'll keep it real on a regular basis here on a Sunday afternoon with the Godfather. Yeah, man. Bye for now.
Respect.
People, as you can hear already, it's Squiggly Bashment representing for the whole of Wolverhampton and the West Midlands. And right now, I want to tell you, it's all about Godfather and the Keep It Real show each and every Sunday. Saying, check it out forward for all your news and all your reviews right here. Godfather, big it up and bless it up. Saying, all right, good.
All right, Natural Affair, all the way from UK. Make some nice 15 minutes. First 15 minutes. Start it. Where is that, Squiggly?
Big up yourself, Cyprus.